Hey, this is Russ. So, what advice do I have to give to someone who's thinking of getting an e-bike after having a knee replacement? I thought about this and I said, this is actually a good question because I know a lot of us who go through a knee replacement, we're told to go ride a bike. And typically they tell you to ride an exercise bike. Okay, that's understandable. You need to kind of keep your knee moving, right? So, what kind of advice can I give somebody who's actually thinking of getting an e-bike like I did? Okay. Now, if you saw the video I did earlier this week, I talked about being a bike enthusiast. Yeah, I think I actually am. The more I thought about it, I says, I've gone through a number of bikes. I think a lot of people maybe buy one or two bikes their entire lifetime, maybe, and then they give it up. They don't go back. Here I am, 63 years old, and I'm buying e-bikes, and I'm riding 2,600 miles in, what was that, 6 months? So what kind of advice can I give you? Okay, here's some advice that I can give you. Okay, don't go out riding on an e-bike until your leg and knee, your operated knee, is strong enough. All right, because okay, here's another thing you need to know. Be prepared to fall. All right, I think that's good advice because you're eventually gonna fall. I don't care how good of a rider you are. Sooner or later, you're gonna fall, and you need to know how to fall. All right. So why do I say that you shouldn't go out until your knee is fully strong, until your leg is fully strong? Because when I fell, because I've fallen 3 times now on my e-bike, and I've told the story multiple times. But if you're new here, let me tell it again, all right? The first time I fell, I was actually riding up to the other side of the street, crossing a street at a stoplight. Okay, I fell on the street. Okay, and the reason that happened wasn't because I couldn't ride the bike, because I could ride a bike pretty well, is because when I stopped just shy of the other side of the intersection, okay, my bike leaned towards the side where my operated knee was, which is my left side. I had an operated left knee. I didn't have enough strength to hold up the bike and myself. So the minute my leg went down, I knew I was going down because I said I can't hold this bike up, and so I fell over towards the left side. Okay. The hard part about this all too is because to get up, I had to push the bike off of me because it's now leaning on my leg, right? And then I had to crawl to get up, and your hands and knees on the street pavement. And if you've ever had a knee replacement, crawling on your knee is not easy, let alone on a hard surface like the street. Okay, so that was the first time. The second time I fell was kind of similar to that. I was making a U-turn, all right, and doing it to the left-hand side. Now, it's kind of hard to maneuver these big, heavy bikes with the big 4-inch fat tires, and so you can't do a U-turn as easy as you can if you had like a 10-speed, what we used to call a 10-speed, which is like a road bike, right? You can't just quickly make a U-turn. It's harder to do that. And so as I'm turning towards the left, I've noticed that the left is my problem. I'm not making the stability well enough, so I had to put my left leg down. So guess what happened? Same thing. Wasn't strong enough to hold up the bike on that leg. So down I went again. Okay, that's the second. Third time I fell was because, here's my other advice to you. Don't wear shoes with shoelaces unless that shoelace is totally secure and not dangling or something that can get caught in the pedals, because that's exactly what happened. Now, my right side, my right foot on my shoe got caught in the pedals, and it was wrapping around the pedals. So now I know immediately I've got to stop this bike because I can't get my foot off the pedal. All right. So I said, okay, I could lean towards the left side and jump off the bike and possibly fall again because that leg isn't the strongest, or I can purposely fall on the right side and take my chances. So that's what I decided to do. So this fall was kind of like a planned fall. All right. So I figured the safest thing, and I'm on the street, I figured the safest thing was get as close to the side of the street as you can so you can fall onto grass. All right. Didn't think it through 100% because my right knee ended up hitting the curb. All right. Put a nice, well, I scraped it up pretty good. All right. So here's my advice to you. If you're going to fall on grass, but don't fall from the street and hit the curb. I think that the best thing I could have done was just ridden up onto somebody's driveway and then get closer to his front lawn and fall on the lawn. That would have been a lot better. Then I wouldn't have had a damaged right knee. So my advice to you is this: is that don't get on a bike, an e-bike, or anything and head outside until your left leg, until your leg and knee is strong enough. In my case, the left leg. All right. I have built up strength since riding my e-bike. All right. And again, keep in mind too, if you're buying an e-bike, these things are not lightweight. All right. My e-bike, I think, was rated at 69 pounds. Okay. My e-bike is not 69 pounds. It's over 100 something pounds. Okay. I'm going to guess close to maybe 110 pounds maybe by now. That's because I carry so much stuff on there and I have some very heavy batteries. I modified my bike by changing out the battery that they give with the bike. I got a bigger battery. I put it in the triangle part of the bike. And then I bought a second battery, which is another triangle battery. It sits on top of the rear rack. Then you add the weight of the rack, the front rack, the rear rack. You add the weight of the bike chain and lock that I carry. You add the weight of the other lock that I carry. You add the weight of all the parts that I carry in case I get a flat. So I have like pumps and compressors and bike inner tubes and tools and everything. Yeah, it's over 100 pounds at this point. So when that bike leans, you've got to have some strength to hold that up. So if you're going to get a bike, make sure you're strong enough to hold that bike up and make sure your legs are strong enough so that you know if you have to stop quickly, that you don't end up falling from that. Okay, it's just a quick video. I just wanted to kind of let you guys know, and because I know a number of knee patients watch my videos, and maybe you're thinking, okay, if Russ could do a knee bike, I can do that too. Okay, I just want to make sure you guys are safe when you head out there, because you're gonna fall. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna fall. Sooner or later you will. I don't care how good of a rider you are. Something is gonna make you fall. Either you're gonna have to stop really quick for some reason, or maybe, in my case, my foot got caught in the pedals. The shoelaces got caught in the pedals. Okay. And by the way, I took those shoelaces off. Now I ride without the shoelaces. My shoes actually are kind of like slip-ons. These are made by Adidas. They're kind of like slip-ons, and those laces were really just decorative. They don't really do anything. They don't tighten the shoe or anything like that. And I had actually thought about that before this accident actually happened. I thought about, maybe I should take these shoelaces off, and I never did it. Okay, because I says, well, they look like normal shoes if you leave it. Otherwise, it looks like slippers. Well, I don't have those laces on anymore. I just slip them on now. Okay, and they fit exactly the same way with or without those laces. So better off without them. Okay, so anyways, that's why I wanted to let you guys know. Be careful out there if you're going to ride a bike. Now, of course, many of us are not riding right now. It's still winter time here in the Chicago area. I won't be going out until that temperature hits at least 60 degrees, all right? And then I'll put on, my jacket and everything, and then I'll head back out again. But some of you guys are in decent weather, maybe still riding, okay? Just be aware of that. And if you're a knee patient, definitely be aware of the things that could happen. Or if you had a hip replacement or something like that, any type of surgery thing where you're not back to where you are normally, be a little careful of that. I mean, we all want to get out and do things, all right? But be careful. All right. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys next time.